transported. Hi, welcome to Tea with Jann. I am Jann. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Tea Together Tuesday, and it's a day of fun where the tea community can come together, and anybody that loves tea can go ahead and answer the prompt of the week. It was myself and Kimberly from Tea is a Wish blog that came up with this, and we feature a different tea lover each week. This week it is Brianna Drinks Tea from Instagram, and her prompt or her question for everybody to answer is a tea that transports you to a specific moment in time. Well, that's what we got going on here. I thought about this in two different ways. The first way I thought of it as you take a drink of something and you've never tasted it before, but it like propels you to a different moment in your life that, you know, it reminds you of something. And for that, I would have to say it is the Necessities Cherry Cordial. And if you've heard me talk about it before, this tea before, it is delightful. I would highly recommend it. This tea transports me back to a moment in time with my dad. It conjures up memories of my dad to the point of the first time I drank this, I dreamt of my dad that night. My dad has passed away, and he loved chocolate covered cherries and those big chocolate covered Lowney, you know, you'd get them instead of a chocolate bar. When I drink this, I am definitely taken back to memories of my father. And that is spectacularly delightful. Good memories, of course. The other way that I thought of this is that it's a tea that you've had on repeat, and when you drink it, it just transports you back to that moment when you used to drink it all the time. And for me, it might not necessarily be this way of having it, not as an iced tea latte, but for me, it was a hot beverage. And that beverage, David's Tea Coffee Pu'er. I know you're gonna be like, Jann, you just love coffee pu'er too much. And did you know that it's, you know, leaving David's Tea? Yes, I did know. And I had a couple of very sweet friends that sent me copious amounts of David's Tea Coffee Pu'er. And I am forever grateful and thankful to have you as my tea friends. I really appreciate that. It just means the world to me. So thank you guys so much. I still have some left in here, but I also have a lot of coffee pu'er. So have no fear. When Jeanette and I first started dating, well, it was kind of like when we first started living together, or we first started dating, whatever the case may be. Every morning we lived in this tiny little apartment, and we had this small little table, and it was like one of those like kind of like a bistro set, but it was one of those, I'll have to see if she has a picture of it. It was so adorable. It was you know, like that, it was like a red top with like metal trim, and it was like that old style, but it popped up and around. That wasn't it. That was mine. I'm so confused as to what we had. We had a small table. I think I had that one, and then when she moved in, we had the table that we have as the dining room table that actually folds. Anyways, doesn't matter what table we had. We had a table. And it was just like a little two-seater table, and it was so cute. But at the time, I did not drink coffee, and Jeanette was more of a coffee person. So coffee pu'er was perfect for us for the early morning breakfasts. They weren't early morning. They were probably more like brunch at the time. But she used to make poached eggs and toast, and it was just like, it was so comforting and so wonderful. Or she'd make like French toasted bacon, and we'd always have like coffee pu'er between the two of us, and it was just such a magical time. And maybe that is one of the reasons why I love coffee pu'er so much, because it definitely brings me back to those moments when we first started dating and living together, and it was just a magical time. And yeah. And I have since discovered it as an iced latte, and it is just, it doesn't, this tea, I mean, I love coffee pu'er when it's actually steeped longer than recommended. So like just let that marinate and steep for like 4 or 5 hours. That's my kind of jam. Or tea. There you have it. That is my answer. I want to know, what is the tea that transports you? Leave me a comment down below. I will talk to you down there. Until next time, take care.